Woo! Welcome back.
Welcome.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hello. This is where you say welcome.
Oh yeah, welcome.
Right.
Hot Shot Secret fan.
We've got storms rolling in from the right.
Lubing right day and night.
And we're supposed to be powered by science.
That's very true.
We better be able to get two people on one shot somehow.
A lot of hard work that went into this. You know, it's something that we've been chasing for a year and a half to try to get this truck in the breeze.
We are live.
We are live.
Yes, we are. We are live. Episode number 135. Welcome to Hot Shot Secret Live. My name is Josh Steinmetz, and I have with me this week Chad McKinney.
Hello.
It says Kyle. Where's Kyle at?
I don't know where he's at. He's somewhere.
That's right. Kyle's on the road. He was on his way to an event in Tennessee. It's gas versus diesel cash bash. Is that
Yes.
that's the name of the event. So diesel versus gas drag racing in Tennessee this weekend. Well, I'd like to welcome you into episode number 135 here as we talk about LX4 and lubricity in gas and diesel fuels. So, great topic going into the weekend as well. We're going to be doing our giveaway a little bit later on here during the show, so just you can enter that each week at.
HotShotSecret.com/giveaway.
And what are we giving away this week?
We are giving away LX4.
Huh, fitting.
Yeah, very fitting.
Very fitting. Levi's telling me I'm kind of quiet, so we'll try this, see if that helps any better. You know, I might just need a... Might be too far away. As always, we're dual streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be monitoring the comments from both of those. And I'd like you to like and share this video, and be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, know when we go live to get notifications. You can also follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Aaron's favorite page.
Oh yeah, the R&D Hot Shot page.
You awake, Chad?
I was thinking, wait, we are posting out a little bit on Twitter. I mean,
Yeah, Twitter as well. So
so I had to think.
got to think the one you don't have
What?
to post to.
Yeah.
The one Aaron posts to. That's right. We'd like to know, where you're watching from today. So let us know. Let us know how the weather is. Here in Central Ohio, it's beautiful outside. I just got done taking a stroll up and down the interstate, 10 miles each way, and it's beautiful outside. Just rolled in about 3 minutes ago, just in time to get on here live with you guys. Is it working, Chad? Or sorry, Levi?
Yeah, echoey.
Kind of echoey.
Wow, is it?
Okay. Let me use this instead, I guess. See if that helps. All right. Let's go to our dealer shout-outs.
Yeah,
What
so we
this
got Destructive Diesel Performance in Severance, Colorado, and then Groves Automotive and Truck Repair in Hillsboro, Ohio.
All right. Great. Are these new dealers, do you know? Or?
Groves, I know is for sure.
All right. Well, welcome on board, and glad to have you guys in the Hot Shot Secret family with us. We are, so just so you know, we normally have our dealer wall where we put stickers up on the garage door. Well, guess what? It's getting completely renovated.
Right.
We're adding on offices here at the studio and at the facility here, and so they've taken that area and they're going to kind of reconfigure it a bit. It'll probably look almost exactly the same, but you guys will not know the amount of walls and infrastructure and so forth being put forth into our area that we've normally been at. So we'll, like I said, we'll be out here for a while out in our lobby area. So sorry about the technical issues that we get when we move everything around, but we have to kind of move out here each week quickly and in and out. So hopefully we'll be able to take care of all those as well. But we won't have any decals right away, but if you are a dealer, an influencer, or racer of ours, send them in. Let us get them. We'll put them up on the wall when we get back in there. And we have a ton of things in the pipeline to be filming this year, especially once we get back into the studio. So there's a big backlog. Be a great time to get it up on that wall, get your logo out there in front of a lot of people as we film more and more things. We are going to do our Get to Know Us segment right now.
Right.
And I'll let you actually take it since my microphone's being
that works.
difficult.
Yeah, so our Get to Know Us segment. Come on in, Eric, here. Talk loud and hold that close to your mouth as possible there. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, you got him there? We should. So you're new here.
I am.
Just tell us, how did you find out about Hot Shot Secret?
My son is a video guy, and he was looking for his first video job right out of college, and he had applied here and interviewed here, and so I put it on the radar.
All right.
And I lived close by, and I'd worked in IT for many years, and I saw it posting for a job, and I thought, well, that's pretty sweet.
Cool.
And he said that everybody was pretty cool here, so.
Yeah, some of us are. No. So, where were you born?
I was born in that state up north.
Okay. I say it,
That
so.
some folks in Ohio don't like to talk about, but it wasn't the Buckeye State.
Okay. Where at in that state?
Howell, Michigan.
Okay, yep. I grew up in Toledo, so.
Oh, okay.
Southern Michigan.
Yep. I used to drive trucks and dump all of our grain there. Mommy?
Yep, that's where I'm from, Mommy.
Okay.
At the Andersons?
Yes.
Yep. Yep, there you go.
Nice ride.
So where'd you grow up at? In Michigan or?
Yeah, Michigan.
Okay.
Went to Michigan State.
Okay. At least you're a Spartan, not.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll hold that against you. What was your first job?
My first job was when I was in college at a butcher.
Okay.
Yep. Didn't last long. No. I was a piano player, and the guy that trained me was missing like half of the fingers on one of his hands, and I thought that probably isn't going to bode well for
Right, playing the piano.
Mr. Keys. Yeah.
Yeah. What was your first car?
Oh, it was a blue Ford Maverick,
Okay.
and it was sweet.
Yeah.
It had an old lady from Yugoslavia had kept it in her garage forever. My neighbor Anna Kashmachek. Great lady.
Did you play any sports growing up?
Cross country, basketball.
Okay.
Yep. After watching the NCAA tournament, I had my dunking dream. My annual. I don't know if everybody has those dreams, but where they can dunk. So, love basketball.
I signed up for cross country once, but I showed up with a tent, and I thought we were going cross country, camping, but that wasn't the case. So
Better than skis.
yeah, so I didn't go through with it. I'm just kidding. Your favorite hobby?
I write and produce music. I've got a little sound studio in the basement.
That's cool. What kind of music? What kind of genre?
It's kind of 80s. I was in bands in the 80s, and so I don't know. It's kind of Journey, Richard Marx,
All right.
kind of
Gotcha. Your favorite holiday?
probably Christmas.
Christmas? All
Yeah.
right. Favorite beverage?
I really like that Diet Cranberry Mango.
Okay. Do you have an adult beverage or
I don't.
go-to? Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite TV show or movie?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I love documentaries, World War II documentaries.
All right. That's cool. How many computers have you fixed here so far you've been here? I mean, it's only been, what, not even a week?
Worked on or fixed?
Well, worked on, we'll say.
Yeah.
No.
I'd say 4.
4? Okay. All right. Josh, any bonus questions?
A bonus question, huh? I will go with favorite operating system,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
including legacy versions.
I tell you what, the Chrome OS is quick and clean and no caffeine. You could get a cheap little thumbstick Chrome bit and kiosk it up to a browser, and any web stuff will run. I really like Google stuff, but if the price is right for a lot of Linux stuff, a lot of those distributions. But if you can take a wizard and get half the way there, I'm not one of those persons that likes to program every little piece. If there's other tools and wizards that can get you a shortcut, so.
Excellent. Well, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, so you're off the hook. You're done.
Okay.
You can go home.
You didn't want me to audition for anything?
Maybe on next show, you
Okay.
know. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right. That's Eric, our new IT guy. Have to
IT
have
back
him
in the
aboard.
house, yes. Marketing's no longer doing IT.
Right. We can take that hat off and hang it up.
Move on to the next one.
Right.
All right. Let's take a look at our feature ride of the week. Each week, we have a chance for you to be featured on our Facebook page as the header, cover photo, that is. And this week winner is Chris Veach, with a nice looking Ram there.
Yeah.
Nice looking truck. So be sure to post your image to our call out, which happens Sunday afternoons on Facebook, and we might select your ride to be featured on our Facebook page throughout the week.
And even if we don't select it, your vehicle, we might even use it in our to post them even throughout. So
Yes, absolutely. So be a good chance to get your ride shown to all our fans, and we thank all you guys for posting your images each and every week. Also, we do a Protect Your Ride image, which we kind of renamed this a little bit from our product tag, because here at Hot Shot Secret, we want you to be able to protect your ride with our products every time you fill up with either a fuel, especially on diesel fuel side, and also with our oil additives as well. This week's winner is HHPE_LLC. Let's get that image up there. There we go. Sporting some,
Diesel Extreme.
yeah, the old bottle of Extreme, but a nice, sharp-looking truck nonetheless. So, thanks for that as well. And this tomorrow, or actually tonight, depends how you look at it. Chris Kajelpik, our CEO, is going to be on the Steve Summers Overnight Drive
Right. For the long haul from
from
12 to 5.
12 to 5, yes, sir. And he'll be taking any questions you guys have over there. So if you want to get a chance to catch Steve Summers and Chris talk about anything lubricants and probably all other stuff as well. I'm sure
Right.
the topic goes all over the place. Tune over on our YouTube page, also directly Steve Summers on his Facebook and YouTube pages as well. Plus, we've added apps on both Android and iOS, so iOS is brand new as well. Just search overnightdriveradio.com for those. On all the multiple podcasts, and the newest feature that's up and running is on Alexa. So you can go to the Alexa store, download the free command, and you'll just say, "Hey Alexa, play the Steve Summers Overnight Drive," and she'll pop on as long as it's during the live hours, so from midnight to 5 a.m.
Does that work like on Google Homes? Like,
I believe it's just Alexa command. I'm not sure how that
I was wondering, because
works.
it's on Google Pod.
Yeah,
so
so
you
so
probably-
like so you could get the podcast to pull up over on like a Google Home.
Right.
So you're a Google Home.
Yeah.
I'm an Alexa Home.
Yeah. It was given to me for free, and then I just bought other Google.
It's
Little-
kind of the same way. I got one free, and then all of a sudden it was
Right.
on and on and on. So
Yeah.
if you want to stay in the loop on everything going on here, sales, news, blogs, and more, subscribe to our email newsletter at hotshotsecret.com/.
Email.
Wow, that's so difficult.
Yeah.
Also, I'll mention that if you've not been to the website lately, we've actually switched over an offer. If you've never been signed up for our text message alerts, now's the time to do it. We're giving out a free 16-ounce bottle squeeze of our EDT. So if you got a diesel, great time to subscribe to that. You get onto our newsletter as well through that, all in one shot. Plus, like I said, that free EDT, it's limit one per customer, and you got to spend $25. But hey, it's still a great deal. It's over,
good deal.
good value there as well. Let's take a look at our comments. If you want to look at Facebook, I actually got YouTube up, and I got Horse Feathers over here. Horse Feathers is if you guys don't know, one of our listeners over on the Steve Summers Overnight Drive. And he says, Mike, what day is it? What day is it? Well, it's past Wednesday, Horse Feathers, but yes, it is Thursday heading into the long weekend. So glad to have you here with us watching on our Facebook Live as well. And Alan wants to say, hey, you guys ain't Steve. So apparently he's also one of Steve's good followers as well, and he says he wants to hear a little bit more about talking about gasoline side of products. We can absolutely do that because LX4 is both gasoline and diesel. We'll talk about that. And Alan, if you got any questions in particular, put them over in the comments here, and we will try to answer those as well.
Right. We have quite a few here on Facebook. We have Brian Joseph saying yo, and he's the first one in. So first, Sean John says good afternoon. Tyler says howdy, howdy. Of course, Terry Howard's in. Happy Hot Shot Secret Thursday, guys. Hanging out with the Classic Car guys, building a new car. Terry Howard actually posted a really cool car on our cover photo post. We'll have to share that car.
I'm surprised O'Reilly's hasn't picked that one up in front of their store because it was in front of the store where he works at.
Yeah.
And it was a really good photo and a really nice looking car.
Right. So we'll have to post that on our page, show you guys. Charles is hello from Maine. Has the snow melted in Maine yet? How's the weather up there? It's raining in St. Louis, Tyler says. Jonathan Bruce just bought the Cummins clean-out kit. Thank you. He also says boo. That must be for the Michigan part. So then he says OH.
IO. Sorry, proud grad.
Yeah. And then Jesse has a question. When are you guys going to start making grease?
It's going to be a little bit down the development pipeline. I will say about a year ago, we started talking about doing some grease stuff, and just been a couple other projects come up in front of it. The next thing I know that's coming out is the RV stuff that we talked about. We're expanding the RV line a bit. We got a generator oil and some coolants, and also ATF plus 4. I know a bunch of you guys are waiting for that. Finishing up the label design, hopefully very soon, and then out to them the print, but the raw materials are here, so we can blend and bottle relatively quickly. We just got to get the label finished up a little bit. We're also taking care of some housework around cleaning up just the whole line of automatic transmission fluids as well, with some of the naming and so forth. So a little bit more there than just the traditional release a new product. But once it's done, we're going to, like I said, get things back in line where they belong, clean up some things. But that's what's going on next, and then I'm not sure what's after that. Right. R&D's been a little tight-lipped about what all they're working on. I know they're working on a bunch of other projects as well, and just it's just a infinite amount of time available sometimes, and some things take longer than others. So I think they're working on some really futuristic type stuff as well. So just hang tight, but we'll always keep your request in mind. So if you got a product you want to see, give us a message, and we'll try to reach out to R&D to get them to start working on it as well.
Right.
So where's Kyle at this weekend?
Yeah, Kyle is
And
on
he
the road.
he didn't check in.
He's not. He must be driving.
He must be driving, slacker.
Him and Larry are on the road, so who knows where those two are at and the trouble they could get into. So,
But that's Friday and Saturday, correct? Yep.
Yeah.
They're at English Motorsports Park. They're in Tennessee for the Outlaw Gas versus Diesel Cash Bash. So if you're out there, check them out. They got the whole booth with them. Stop by, say hello, pick up Hot Shots gear as well. Also this weekend is the spring truck meet, which is, up there, right?
I don't think we have a graphic.
We don't have a graphic for that one. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is just we sent some product out to them.
Gotcha, that's right.
Yeah, so.
And then coming up later in the month, we got quite a few different things. Outlaw Streetcar Reunion 7, which will be broadcasting over on Flow Racing. So check that out as well. We're sponsoring the live feed there. And then also that same weekend, we start the Outlaw Diesel Super Series opener, which is Rudy's Truck Fest there at Piedmont Dragway in North Carolina, and that's April 23rd, 24th. We'll have the entire Hot Shots set up there as well. Looking forward to getting back out the diesel drag racing, start off 2021.
Right, it's a big one.
Big one, and I believe Kevin's actually heading to that
Yeah.
one. And Aaron as well. On the 24th. Oh, today, yeah. Yeah. We should get him on here somehow. Levi, go get him now. There we go. It's actually Kevin's 50th birthday today.
All right.
And you should reach out and shout hello to Kevin for happy 50th. I'm not sure if he'll like me saying 50th or not, but I'm going to keep saying 50th. And then also that same weekend, we are starting the Hot Shots Whole Shot Series on the West Coast. So diesel drag racing on the West Coast. It is the Diesel World's Golden State Diesel Fest, and that is at Sacramento Dragway on the 24th of April. I believe that's Saturday.
Yeah.
So a lot of events coming up, and that's just the start. We're going to get into May, and it's just going to go nuts.
Right.
Let's get to our giveaway. So each week you can enter at hotshotsecret.com/giveaway. This week we're giving away.
LX4.
All right, and if our winner is present, we're going to give them some additional swag as well, a t-shirt. So our winner is
It is Drake ETER Zano. So
at something.com.
at something.com.
So Drake, if you're here, give us a shout out. Let us know you're here. We'll add some extra swag to your package. If not, we will definitely get a hold of you and get that sent out to you. And that giveaway is real simple to enter. Just like I said, go to the website real quick, put in your information, just an email. You can get extra entries every day as well by going back to the website, and there's share it, so forth, etc. But a good way to try out some free products, and we try to mix it up a bit. So like this week we're talking about LX4. We're giving out LX4. Do you remember what we're giving away next week?
I believe FR3.
Yeah, don't quote them, but
Yeah,
I did.
I think. I'm pretty sure we are.
Okay.
Because I think, next week is oil groups.
Yeah, I believe so. We're going to talk about some oil groups. So
Mystery box.
no mystery boxes, not till July or August. It's a mystery.
Larry, see, the guys are watching from the road, Larry and Kyle.
Missing you guys.
Yeah.
Man, you put me on the spot. I had to come host,
Right.
drive in and out.
Well, really, it's Eric's fault. He bailed on us.
He
so-
did, yeah. Really, we should blame Eric.
Yeah.
I was not prepared at all to host today. And at 9:30, he says, I got to leave this afternoon. I guess you're hosting.
He has to mow his lawn. He's going to buy a tractor.
Is that what he's really doing?
I don't know. He is in the market for a lawnmower tractor, so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to put Levi back behind the computer. He's been off for like a month
Yeah.
since we switched our setup here, so. Thanks, Levi, for joining us again.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. I almost thought we were going to have to host. That's 150. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. 15 more weeks. So let's talk a little bit about LX4. So LX4 was basically formulated for the fact that we wanted to go out and basically make the best lubricity fuel additive on the market. You know, EDT has all its great benefits. It had lubricity in it, but we wanted to basically make our mark that, hey, we can have the best one on the market. We came across some great components, searched the world to find this technology, brought it in, perfected it, and the other reason for that was at the same time, all these CP4 pumps were having such issues with wearing out, and the common factor we found out was lubricity and fuel. So given all those items, we just said, hey, let's bring this to market. We did. And after that, what did we do? We added it right into EDT. Same cost, didn't increase the cost of it at all. So we got this great lubricity agent, lubricity only agent. You know,
Right, we get that question a lot.
we get it a lot. The reason for that is some guys just don't believe in fuel additives, but they know lubricity is important. So we made an option for a guy that wants, you know, something for their truck. The other thing is it's gas and diesel.
Right.
So it's a great upper cylinder lube. A lot of guys getting extra fuel economy from that upper cylinder lube that happens with it. And also we know we're preventing wear as well.
Yeah, for the gasoline side, I mean, you know, use your gasoline extreme, then plus that, it's even a better thing because gasoline extreme.
Right, so this is something you can use every fill-up.
Yeah.
And you actually would want to use every fill-up for lubricity. So I get the question sometimes, well, can I use it like every other tank, or why can't I use it like every 5,000-6,000 miles like I do some of your other products? Well, answer is we're actually changing the lubricity of the fuel that's in the tank itself. We just can't add lubricity and have it stick to the lines and everything in the system. That doesn't work that way. The fuel itself is acting as the lubricant. So we have to treat the fuel to actually add lubricity into the fuel itself before we can make any change to it. So we have to do it every tank. So I think the other question is, can you add EDT and LX4 together?
Yeah, I mean, you could, but the EDT already has the LX4 in it. I mean, do you get more lubricity by adding the LX4? I mean, that's another question we get.
Yeah, you do. So we actually add lubricity on top of it. So there is a point where we get diminishing returns. It's pretty optimized. Now, you can add, say you're using the 1 ounce per 25 gallons of EDT, and then you could add an ounce for every 10 gallons of LX4, which is the treatment rate for that. On top of that, you'd bring that lubricity, bring that wear scar down, increase the lubricity across the entire spectrum. I don't think you'd be over treating at that point at all. And even if you're using the 2 ounce per 25 gallons for EDT, you still would not be really on that point of too much lubricity. Now we got some people out there that tell us they put tons in, you know, at that point you are going to start losing that lubricity gain you can get, just because the way everything works, it's not a linear or a straight line. It's, you know, there's some, the chemistry can only work so well with everything to an extent. So a guy that wants to make sure they're protecting their fuel system, of course, you could run EDT, run LX4 on top. Same way with Diesel Extreme and even our anti-gel. We haven't done a lot of tests to say it. We want to do it full-time like that, but we also know there's no harm in doing it. We've done enough testing to say there's no harm, but we can't see where there's a lot of benefit. We'd rather see, especially like Diesel Extreme, letting it work well. One tank, you still got some lubricity in Diesel Extreme itself. Not quite as well with the LX4, might be in the mix, but again, one tank's should not be enough to harm you. We'd rather have you do a deep clean with Diesel Extreme than bring LX4 and EDT back into the mixture. And if you're a person that doesn't, on the diesel side, doesn't believe in a fuel additive, then besides the lubricity, LX4 is for you. It's not only in these newer fuel pumps, but also these older systems. The other thing besides the new pumps was actually the old equipment was all made with high sulfur diesel involved. We've cut out 99% of the sulfur one time, that was low sulfur diesel, and then we cut out 99% of that again, a second time for ultra low sulfur diesel. So we literally took almost all the sulfur out of the fuel. Sulfur acted as a lubricant in the diesel fuel itself. So now we can replace that lubricity with this product, bring it back in the line, so that's good for both, like I said, the newer pumps and also the older ones. Your fuel pump works real simply. The fuel inside acts as the lubricant. There's no oil or anything else in the actual pump part of the fuel pump. So we have to lubricate those moving metal parts inside or else we'll wear them. And that's where we find wear scars. We do the HFRR, the high frequency reciprocating machine test in the lab. It helps us quantify how this all works. So it's a bearing gets a little, or it's actually a metal cylinder, gets a metal versus metal with a little bit of fuel in there, and it goes really, really fast. It's a timed temperature and a load on it, and that's how they actually calibrate that test. And it really gives us a way to, quantify this in the laboratory, and we know how that works in real world. The Engine Manufacturer Association recommends a 460 micron wear scar, and the diesel here in the US specs at a 520. And what we found out in Europe, it is 460. Their standards are different than they are here in the US. So in Europe, the failure rate's about 1% on the CP4 pump. While here in the US, we're at 7% failure rate. That failure rate's pretty well, accounted towards our diesel fuel being that much further away from the European spec. It's not that it's bad, it's just that's what our federal government has made as the regulation for fuel. The pump was developed in Europe, using European fuel, and there was not enough foresight put in to say, hey, we might want to test this in the US. Levi's pulling up there actually some of our test data as well. That's so if you go to the EDT or the LX4 pages, we have our testing data. If you go underneath the white papers, or it might even be data tab, you can see we actually post all our results. Nothing to hide behind. This is actually a test using a baseline fuel, which is actually at 610, which is above anything you would actually find in a fuel station, but this is like worst case scenario. So this is fuel before it's gone through the secondary refining process. In that, we actually had our LX4 in there with a couple different treatment rates, and then we also then tested against a competitor as well to see the difference in the wear scars. You can see, even adding a bit more, we doubled the dosage there. We went from the 1 to 1280 to 1 to 512, and actually didn't change the wear scar a whole lot. We moved it 10 microns. So you can see that, like I was talking about, that diminishing return as we add more and more LX4 into the mix. But as you can see, even our competitor, they didn't get anywhere close to where they needed to be to beat our result, and that's why we brought LX4 to the market, because we had a superior product to use. And that, again, that's in diesel fuel. Like I said, we can also use this in gas as well, and use that as an upper cylinder lube. And you can use it every tank. And then we can also treat our gas engines with Gasoline Extreme every 10,000 miles to do a deep clean of the injectors and the entire fuel system as well.
Right.
Did you? Yeah, Chris decided to walk in.
Yeah.
So what do you know, Chris?
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
LX4,
Yeah.
talking about lubricity.
Anything else going on this week?
Oh, we talked about lots of stuff. We got Kyle down in Tennessee at the event for the gas versus diesel drag race.
When's it start?
It starts Friday.
What's he doing down there now? He says,
Slacker. That's what I told him. He's slacking. And you're on Steve Summers' show.
That's
Early
I'm on
this
Steve
morning?
Summers tonight at midnight. So anybody that is a person that can't sleep at night, jump on and you'll be able to pick me up from midnight till 5 tonight.
Lots of coffee, right?
Lots of coffee unless you fall asleep at 3, and then Steve will just take over and pretend like I'm still there. He knows how to do it. Steve's a professional.
Yeah.
I wish I could take a nap before then. It'd be all right. But, yeah. So, anything else going on? What else we have? I just heard you guys talking. I was walking by the house. Tackle you a little bit, throw you off your game.
Yeah.
Sound like you're doing a good job explaining LX4. That was good. We spent 3 years developing that, and it took a lot of work, and we went through a lot of different formulas to come up with what we ended up with. So it is the best of the best. There's nothing even close to it on the market. You know, if anybody has any questions, feel free to call in and check in with one of our account executives. They could fill you in on the rest of the details.
Yeah. So I'm looking on YouTube. I'm not seeing any questions. What do you got there, Chad?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Larry and Kyle.
What?
Yeah,
Come on.
I know.
Did we explain it that well?
I think so.
Well, I'm going to answer Alan's question a bit
Okay.
more since he wanted to know about gas. We got a minute. Let's talk about it. So on gasoline side, we can run our stiction eliminator just like we do on diesel. Still the same treatment rate, 4 ounces per quart of oil, replaces an equal amount of oil in the engine. Run it for the entire oil change cycle. Like to do it from the very get-go, so do a fresh oil change, replace part of the oil with the stiction eliminator, run it your normal oil change cycle. If it's 3,000, 5,000, 7,000, whatever you normally run, do it, change the oil again. This time we can put FR3 in there. FR3, got our nano lubricant in there, just like we do with the stiction eliminator. So the stiction eliminator is actually going to clean up everything in the oil. In a gas engine, if it's a turbocharger, we're going to clean up in the turbocharger. If not, we're still going to clean up in the rings, all the small crevices in the motor itself, any burn up oil or stiction. And then from, like I said, second oil change, we can actually go with FR3. It's a little bit cheaper for you. We're adding the protection of not only wear protection, but also to help stiction from forming in the first place.
And the more efficient the engine, the more likely you've got stiction in there. So if you're working with an engine that's getting 40 to 45 miles per gallon, there's about a 90% better chance if you have the stiction in there. If it's got over 100,000 miles on it, there's a 90% chance there's stiction in there. If it's one of the fuel systems that shuts down half of the cylinders when you get on the freeway, there's a really good chance there's stiction in there, because once those half of the cylinders shut down, like a 4-cylinder shut down when they don't need the power, that oil just sits in there and bakes, because now we're not pumping oil through there, it's not moving. So that's the same problem with the turbochargers. When the oil gets in the turbo, then you shut the car down and it just sizzles in there at 800 degrees. So the oil's going to bake out at around 280. So there's always going to be stiction inside a turbo bearing, and we're going to clean that out with just one treatment.
And how long does it usually take to clean out? I mean, I know it's not a time, but
Depending on how much is there, we've seen results in under 250 miles. We've had people call us, that stop by our place here, that have called us an hour away saying that they can't believe that their vehicle's running better. But then on the really severe cases, you're going to look at 3,000 to 4,000 miles before it's all melted away.
and we don't have to worry about leaving stiction eliminator in the motor because there's no solvents in it, nothing that's going to harm anything.
Correct. That's what's unique about what we did. A lot of times when you're thinking about a cleaner, you're thinking about a solvent, parts cleaner, paint thinner, that type of thing. We're using Group 5 esters, and we're using friction modifiers and nanocarbons. So not only are we cleaning it, but we're actually creating a better lubricant. In the test that we did initially, we were able to reduce the wear with stiction eliminator by 62%. So that's a lot of reduction in wear. It is a better oil after the stiction eliminator's in there than you had before, and it's cleaning up like crazy.
Actually, I got a question here on YouTube as well. Want to know about any harm with starting to use your products on a new vehicle. So we always recommend starting after 10,000 miles. We want the rings and so forth to get broke into the regular oil, but from there we're going to reduce the wear, as you were saying.
Correct. We're going to reduce the wear, increase the horsepower. We don't have extensive testing on new vehicles as far as increasing horsepower and fuel economy, but we know we're affecting the surface treatment because the nanocarbons are plating everything inside there, and the esters are creating a synthetic oil or semi-synthetic oil with your oil, giving you a better product to run down the road with.
Wow. So I hope that helps with the gas side. One other question for you, Chris, is how tall are you? That was the one.
I'm 6'4". So,
Yeah, when you stand up.
Well, I'll get out of here. Let you guys get
All right. Well,
I didn't
thanks,
mean to
Chris.
distract you that
Oh,
much.
no, you're perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
Kyle wants to know, is Chris getting ready for the Steve Summers show in the morning?
I am ready.
He's all ready.
He's already, see, we warmed him up right now.
Yeah, tonight I'm going to focus on oil analysis. Try to really do a deeper dive into it throughout the night. We always get a lot of questions and things. I'm going to try and focus just on that.
Okay.
That'll take a lot of help.
Cool. That's good to know. Actually, we'll post that as well.
Yeah, we'll add that to what Chris will be talking about.
One other thing before we wrap up for the day, I do want to mention we're going to put a comment here below afterwards we're actually looking for some testers to help out on our website user experience a bit. So we've been doing some interviews with some people. We're actually offering a $75 gift card for those that do the test. How long does a test take? You've been doing them, Chad.
They probably take 15, 20 minutes.
That's some good pay.
Yeah.
So so you got to have a brief form first to fill out. So you might have
Right.
a half hour to an hour into this total
Yeah.
of your time. But again, we want your guys' feedback. It's on a certain section of our website. We're just trying to do some updates to that. And again, we just need your guys' feedback to help make that better. We want to produce something that's the best for you, just like our products. We want the best website that you guys can possibly use. So we're going to be looking for some more testers. So we'll post that link shortly after the show on Facebook and YouTube as well, just to let you guys be able to sign up for that. So would appreciate that. Also locally, we're looking for production associates. So if you're in the area and looking for a job, we got full-time and part-time positions available. You can email careers@hotshotsecret.com or give us a call, and we'll get in touch with you.
Yeah. I was thinking about going part-time with the production.
Are you going to work the after-hour shift
The after-hour shift or on my break, so
on your breaks?
you can get an hour out of me.
There is
No
no
TV, no.
no TV this weekend.
Yeah,
Kind of like a quiet week in a way.
is.
It was kind of been a weird week. We had Easter last week, so we're off Friday here, and then all the craziness that goes around with being off 3 days in a row, just catching up on Facebook and emails and everything else, and then kind of been quiet this week with no TV, but Kyle's out at the event with Larry, and
So it's really quiet around here.
it's really quiet right now.
No Larry or Kyle, so
Right.
yeah. Chris had to come back from Florida.
You know what? You should have grabbed Chris and had him co-host.
I
with
should
you.
have, yeah.
Darn it, we missed our opportunity. Maybe
know.
another week when Kyle's out, we'll get Chris on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, tune in to Steve Summers tonight, midnight to 5 a.m. Chris will be on talking mainly about oil analysis, but we'll take any other questions you might have. And as always, we're here every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube. So, hope you guys have a great week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shoot. Good thing Levi's on.
Good thing he's paying attention to the script.
Well, yeah. So we'll close out the show with, like Levi said, a video. It's actually part 2 of Lights Out 12 when Firepunk went down and broke the world record.
Right.
So we're into the threes at 3.98. I believe that's right.
Yeah.
But this is actually, I believe, going into the elimination. So they actually made the field down there, and this is going into the illumination. So we'll play that video out, and we'll see you guys next week.
Three, two, one.
Here we go!
Got back our 399 tune-up, added a little bit more after the 100-foot mark, and we're going to hopefully just make a full A to B pass and have the first number be a 3. So that's the goal for the 20.
I think we decided to pull the trans. Seemed like a good time to do it. It was about 85 degrees outside. Seemed like the best time to do it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
In the middle of qualifying to eliminations one,
Yeah,
that's
good.
the best.
The best time to do it. Yep. Yeah, see, I figured we hadn't sweat enough today, so we figured we just go ahead and just break it in.
Fix that
Get
right
ready
up.
for the year.
Yeah, we're gonna fix that right up.
Joyce and Rick, you want to get out underneath?
Adults, if you have kids.
This new design on this piston, there's a lot bigger center hub and there's not near as much volume in here. That's why this converter locks up a lot faster than what our old one did. So it feeds oil up through the end of the input shaft here. This is a piston that slides. This is the hub here. So it slides up and down, and it's what applies these clutches. So that volume of oil is a lot smaller, and that's why we're getting a lot quicker apply on that. And like you can see, it's pretty trick. This is a whole steel insert so that the teeth don't chatter into the aluminum.
It's going to be pretty cool. They get Boss Tank Productions for bringing that out here in Lake Jack 12, playing with Garland.
but we've been pulse width modulating our lockup quite a bit. So in theory, we're sliding the clutches as we're applying them, but those are looking, I guess that one shows a little bit of signs of sliding, but nothing burnt at all. Like they're looking good.
Now, pulse width modulation is essentially just turning it on and off.
Yeah, pretty much taking the solenoid that engages, that tells to send fluid, and it pulses it, so it goes from 0% to 100% over half a second. So we're slowly giving pressure to this instead of giving it all at once, so it doesn't just slam into gear and shock the tire.
Gotcha.
We were seeing a 3/10 delay in between when we command first to second shift to when it actually engaged, and the G meter was really falling off really hard. We were also seeing some really fine aluminum shavings in our cooler, so we're guessing something in the transmission is not quite the way it should be.
Right, maybe clutches are starting to wear, and it's just
Well,
not
yeah, I mean, aluminum could come from, I guess, a few different places,
That
but
too, yeah.
we've had the sprag is kind of a weak point. It's what we tore up the most in this, so it could have something to do with that as well.
Right.
So we have a spare in the trailer, so if it's a chance of picking up a few tenths by spending the afternoon swapping trains, we're going to do it.
And we got the time to do it right now, so.
Not too bad of a process when you're not in a hurry.
Yeah. It's when you're in a hurry, it sucks.
All right.
Attention in the pits. Attention in the pits. It is now 4:07. The ladders are going to be posted at the bottom of the tower momentarily. They are locked in.
Definitely need to adjust the bump.
Deck completed.
Very little.
If you're broke or you're pulling it off the wire and all that great stuff.
Ever so slightly leak.
What's
That
up?
was much better. Yeah.
That's it.
Just almost like you know.
Just give me a minute. I just had to get Phil out of the way so I can get action.
That's going right to the internet.
Okay, this afternoon we got the transmission changed, and we've got some smoke map changes that we made. Trying to get it on boost as quick as possible because we're going into eliminations against Tim Slavens, which is pretty cool because it wasn't but a couple years ago we're all sitting back at the shop watching RBW, drooling over Tim Slavens' car, saying how badass that car is, and tonight we get to line up against him. So it's kind of a grown-up moment for us in racing that we actually get to play on the big stage. So we're looking forward to going up and taking the tree. So wish us luck. We're going to really try our best to put it back in the threes in front of the big crowd tonight.
Number 2 qualifier.
All right, so see you today.
So anyway, once again, do a little stream down there, which is unintended. We didn't mean this wasn't planned, so we do apologize about that. So hope you're enjoying some beverages, enjoy yourself. Make sure you start yelling.
What are you doing in there?
Man, yes, power underneath the
This
hood.
is it. Lights out.
This is it.
Radio versus the world. Round one. Tim Slavens. I mean, how you feeling?
Out there watching on it.
Excited.
Sending lots of love to
happy to be here for the opportunity, to be honest with you.
Recovery's going good. That's
Give it our
always
best
good
shot.
news.
We might be outgunned,
he's here.
but we all got the heart in it, and we're going to give it our best shot. So.
Right. I mean, even from the start of the weekend, I didn't even think about, like, we were personal goal chasing, and forgot about the fact that, like, qualified in the field, like, not a bad spot in qualification either.
17.
17.
Right in the middle of the field, 32 cars. We're nickel pink with that.
Awesome. I wish you the best of luck. Go out there and kill it.
To the stage lanes.
Alright, so there you guys have it. That was round one of Radio versus the World. The biggest stage that I know of radio race yet. How does it feel when you get up to the line and you see those thousands of people just screaming for the truck? It's amazing. Like, I don't know, the atmosphere is electrifying. Just let's see it. Everybody's nervous. I'm not even the driver. I think I was more nervous being part of the pit crew and standing behind the truck than if I was the driver. So it was awesome.
Now, and when you guys took off, it was a race. I mean, there was not a lot of difference there.
It was a 095 to 089 reaction time, and the 330 time was a 269.9 for us, and it was a 267.7 for them. And then on the top end, they used turbo horsepower, drove it out the back door, 204 mile an hour. And our crankcase signal that we've been fighting has been cutting us off and limiting us to 180 mile an hour. So we got a couple things that we can make better for next time and go for more.
But that was an incredible show. I mean, side by side.
Yep.
We've got the side by side video.
The crowds loved it. I mean, afterwards, hearing the roar of the crowd, you know, it sucks to lose, but that's the best way to do it.
Well, you lost, but it was a drag race.
Yep.
But you still go home the fastest diesel in the world.
Yeah, and just to be able to qualify for RBW is a win in itself, and then to be able to put up a solid drag race and the first, be the first pair down, great night.
So, what's going to happen when you guys get home? Are you guys celebrating? Are you getting right back to work? What's the game plan?
First time is work. Catch up with all the stuff that we missed out on. Honestly, our customer base, they do lose customer service support when we're out on the field. I mean, we try to keep up with it as much as we can, but the week after race day is all
it's a bunch of catch-up work. So we do work. We've got some things that we're going to look at as far as probably talk to Fluid Damper on some harmonics that we think is happening with the Fluid Damper, and that way we're ready for our next season opener at Rudy's for ODSS. That's April 23rd.
So now that you guys have smashed your goal, what's your next goal?
The next goal, we have some goals that involve a new chassis, and so we got to talk about some realistic things. So we know what we want, but also when it comes to financially, you got to make sure you have your next goal.
Right.
Because business first, racing second.
Absolutely. Well, look, you guys had an incredible weekend, and you know what? I'm not even mad. I held my breath for 4 seconds. I was just like, oh my God, they're gonna do it!
That was close. That was a great race.
That's a great way to, number one, kick off Radio versus the World, and then, end the night. So, congrats. Let's pack this thing up, put it in the trailer or winter, and move on to the next race.
Yep, let's do it.